How are you today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. My name is Kayle Karns. How are you?
I'm doing good. My name is Archer.
Archer. Okay, Mr. Sterling. Archer. All right. So, Mr. Archer, what brings you in today?
Well, I have to tell you, I have a lot of concerns currently, and the main concern is I'm trying to get my mother off my back
Okay, and why is that?
because she's overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
She's trying to control my life.
Is that so?
Yes, it is.
How old are you, Mr. Archer?
28.
28. And is it just your mom, if you don't mind me asking? Do you have a
Me and
dad?
my mom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How's your mom?
Say what?
Well, how old's your mom?
I have no idea. She lies about it all the time.
She lies about it. Okay.
She's in her 50s, I'm assuming.
No birthdays, nothing?
No, she doesn't
Wow.
celebrate birthdays.
Okay. So, before we get into really extreme detail when it comes to that, what's your occupation, Mr. Archer?
Well, let's just say that I protect America.
Okay. Fair enough. Does that entail military or
Kind of.
kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of family members and relatives that are in the military right now. So I totally understand that, and they're not allowed to talk about some of the stuff that they're involved in, but in regards to that, what is your income per year?
Well, is all this confidential?
Yeah, most definitely. That's
Okay. I need to make sure that I can trust you.
most definitely. When you step into my office, the things that you and I say between each other stays between you and I.
So you're not going to tell my mother any of this,
Not at all.
even if she asked you?
Even if she asked you.
She's very convincing.
Yeah, this is all legal formalities. We're not allowed to give any of that out, or we could be in big trouble. So
Okay.
she could walk in here with,
I make $1 million a year.
okay. All right. Do you have any sort of retirement plans put into place, or
Absolutely not.
no?
That's kind of why I'm in here today. I want to start becoming a little more independent so I can get my mom off my back. She's extremely controlling, and she thinks that just because she pays me that she can control my life. So I'm trying to create a plan to get her off of my back.
Okay. We could, and in regards to that, is she in the sense vindictive as to your actions and what you do, or when it comes to like implementing how you want to spend your money, or
Every aspect of my life she tries to control.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. She has a lot of issues.
I take it you're an only child.
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I imagine she loves you, and she's only trying to help you out.
She
in that
doesn't.
aspect. No.
She's wicked.
She's wicked. Goodness.
She just uses me.
Man.
She's in charge of the agency that I work for.
Okay. Okay. So, woman with high power, as most moms are.
Yes.
But, so, other than a retirement plan, do you have any other type of goals in mind?
The number one goal is to get away from her. And however you can help me do that, I'm pretty much open to it. Yeah.
Well, define get away from her if you're employed through her.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. See, if I can get enough assets stocked away, I think that I can do my own thing. Or you could just tell her to stop because she might listen to someone else other than me.
I don't know if I'd exactly be able to tell her that, but I mean,
Well, then what am I paying you for, Kayle?
I haven't got there yet. It's all right. I was actually going to recommend, would it be possible having her come in with you in the next session?
Let me tell you something.
Is that a little
You
outlandish?
don't want her to give. I mean, I would ask her,
Okay.
but if she comes in here, she's going to immediately start telling you what to do.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Even me?
Oh, absolutely. Anybody.
Even though that you're paying me?
That's correct.
Okay.
Because she's paying you because she pays me. That's what she would say.
No, as long as I'm with you right now and I'm helping you out and you're giving me this information, I'm yours and yours only when it comes to advice.
So you're on my
and
side.
I'm definitely on your side.
Great.
100%.
Good.
I was just bringing up the idea, if we were able to get her in here and, be able to vent about how you feel and hear her side of it, maybe I could find the fine line in between.
Okay.
Do you follow me?
I am willing to do that.
Okay.
So you
And
can set that up.
if she doesn't want to come in, that's totally fine. We can work around
Okay,
that.
cool.
But yeah, you said you want to save enough assets for to possibly get away. Does that mean you want to quit working for her and find another job? Infer on that for me.
If I could, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, right now, she pays me quite a bit. I'm kind of enjoying that, so
Okay.
I don't want to quit or anything without being properly prepared
Okay.
to do so.
Do you have any other sort of skill sets that could be applied to another job?
My skills involve, highly classified information.
Fair. Okay.
So no, I can't go, work somewhere else. I'll
Okay.
probably just be an individual agent, if you will, if I were to leave.
Okay.
I would still be in the same occupation. I just wouldn't work for her.
Okay.
You follow me?
I do follow you.
Okay.
And in regards to that aspect, I don't have a lot of knowledge in how to set up a type of service as you're depicting. So I would have to really do my research and maybe call a few people. What would be the odds of you starting your own type of service?
I'd be willing to do that.
Be willing to do that?
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to get some baseline numbers and ideas built up. As far as investment assets, do you have anything that you're working toward?
Well, I do have a lot of gold stashed away from a job that I did.
Okay. And do you plan on, what's the reasoning behind that? Why do you want to keep the gold?
Well, because my mother didn't know that there was gold on this job, so she doesn't know I have it.
Okay. Well, how do you, speaking of, before we get any further with that, does she have the ability to look into your bank accounts? Is she one of
No.
Okay, so what's your fear of you converting that gold into, assets and applying them elsewhere?
Well, that's why I came to you. Is that something? Some people tell me to hoard gold, so I do. I don't know.
It's a little bit it's a little bit risky just for the fact that we don't really consider gold an asset, an appreciating asset. It's been the same for a number of years.
Okay.
I feel like it'd be more advantageous if we converted that into actual money and devoted it elsewhere.
I'd be willing to do that. There's about $5 million worth of gold.
Okay, and especially since you do have retirement goals and you'd like to save enough to implement to start your own firm, that's more than enough that we could get started with.
Okay. Okay.
So tell me about your lifestyle. Do you expenses?
Well, I make about $1 million a year, and I blow about $1 million a year.
Blow about $1 million a year.
That's right, on nonsense, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So I should probably figure that out.
Okay. That's something we could definitely help you with. It's what we call a savings plan. A budgeting plan.
Well, I'm not going to go on a budget. So
I can totally understand that. A lot of the clients are a little apprehensive of doing so, and the stigma about a budget is if you break it, you're going to get in trouble, or it's going to restrict you to the point you won't be able to do the things you want.
I love doing the things that I do. I want to be able to continue to do them.
Exactly, and that's what this budget is going to be set in place to do. It's be able to let you do the things you absolutely want while cutting down on some of the costs that aren't really applicable to what you're doing.
Okay.
Do you follow me?
I do.
Okay. So that's kind of what a budget is helped to do, and it'll be able to really be able to track your spendings and allocate some extra money into different aspects of your goals.
Okay.
So make $1 million a year and blow $1 million a year. What exactly is? Do you have any sort of expenses, car payments, house payments?
My mother pays for all of that.
All of that.
So, which is her way of controlling me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to try to start paying for some of that stuff myself.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, we can definitely put you in that right direction. Do you have any sort of credit built up, or?
I have no idea. I've never ran a credit report.
Never ran a credit report.
Normally when I buy stuff, I just pay for it in cash.
we could help you out with that. Definitely a firm believer in playing for cash. Owing debts is something people are often fearful of, and in fact, that's what why people don't have credits to begin with. But credits are really beneficial to you when you're wanting to, say, buy a car and or a house. These people look into those credits to see if you're trustworthy enough that you're going to pay them back, these creditors. But
Okay.
we could definitely set you up with something like that if you'd be willing to.
Sure.
We're going to run some numbers. But, well, all right. Do you have any sort of hobbies or anything you want to do? I know it's a retirement's quite a ways away, but do you
I
have
go on
any
vacations
goals?
a lot.
You do?
This is where most of my money goes.
Okay.
I just do that to escape my mother.
Really?
So,
Okay. Now, in regards to escaping from your mother, say we implement all these and they go as planned. You set you up with a house.
yeah.
We set you up with the car, and we set you up with retirement accounts, savings accounts. Do you think it'll be beneficial for you to get your mother off your back?
Absolutely.
Tell me why.
Because I've had enough of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to do my own thing and not be controlled so much.
So you want to do your own thing and not be controlled so much. And do you think that would be cutting your mom out of the picture completely?
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
She deserves it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for on that, why do you think she deserves it?
Listen, I love my mom,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But every day for the last 10 years, she has told me what to do, where to go, what missions to go on, who I should assassinate, and
Just relax. It's
I just
between
want
you
to do
and
my own thing.
Go ahead. Okay.
I'm a spy,
Okay.
so
Okay. Don't know much about that occupation, but I mean, that's something you could fill me in if you feel like it.
No.
If there's any sort of questions or that I may have and you don't want to answer, that's totally fine too.
okay.
But mother, when it comes to being a mother, they want the best for their child, and I could definitely see that in my mom as well as a little bit in your mom from what you have told me about her. But I can understand that it can be a little overwhelming. So the things that you have in mind, we can definitely help you with that, and it'll help, but it's nothing that it's going to like cut her out of the picture completely. So
Okay.
it can definitely be beneficial to you once we implement those ideas.
Great.
What else can you tell me about yourself? Do you have any other type of goals in mind? Personality traits? Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, my mom put me in boarding school my
Mhm.
entire childhood, so played lacrosse a lot,
Oh, really?
you know.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Played a little bit of lacrosse. I was never really good at it. I've too much, stick movement. I'm totally uncoordinated. It's ridiculous. But you definitely have me on that aspect. So I guess you're a team-based person, huh?
No, individually, I work alone.
Individually.
That's it. All my jobs are done alone.
Okay. And do you feel as though that I'd be helping you, or do you feel as though you'd be doing all this on your own when it comes to your finances?
I need help with my finances. I'm
Okay.
going to be a part of this. I don't want anybody else to be a part of this.
Okay.
It's just between me and you.
Okay. And I want you to know that everything that comes to mind, I'm going to run past you, and I'm never going to do anything without your consent, because this is all for you. It's nothing's for me, and quite frankly, those are your goals, not my goals.
Okay.
So I want you to feel comfortable when it comes to that. Mr. Archer, I feel it's definitely a little apprehensive of asking a lot of questions just because of your occupation, and I don't want to overwhelm you.
Well, if I can't say something, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to, do you have any do you have kids or a wife or girlfriend?
No kids, no wife, no girlfriend.
You plan on settling down?
No, I haven't even thought about that.
Okay. and that's a pretty lofty idea. But I'm just saying it just because once you do get a house and start a life of your own, maybe you would want to settle down. And I was asking in case you want to start planning for something like that, or
No, I think right now we'll just focus on becoming more independent.
okay.
So.
Stepping back a little bit, going to looking at buying a house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any numbers in mind? How much you want to work with there? Or?
I don't. I've thought a lot about that. I think I do want a nice size house.
Okay.
I'd like for it to be. I don't want to use the word mansion. Okay.
Okay.
But I want it to be fairly large. I'm thinking around $5 million.
Okay. Going back to your expenses to pay for the $5 million, we'll definitely have to take out a mortgage because I'd like to contribute that goal to investment accounts and being able to implement that budget, have you save some so you can afford a mortgage for a $5 million house, because that's what I'm here for, is to be able to help you achieve those goals.
Okay.
When it comes to your expenses, what do you consider is the highest expense that you make per year that you feel like you could cut down on? I know since you did
I could probably travel less, which
Okay.
would save quite a bit. Throw less parties.
Okay.
That's pretty much most of my expenses.
And I don't know a whole lot about being a spy, but wouldn't the company cover some of the travel, or is all out of pocket?
They do actually.
They do.
Cover quite a bit.
Okay.
But I try to hide that from my mother because she's in control of everything.
You try to.
I use another agent's credit card,
Okay.
so she doesn't really know it's me. And Cyril, no one likes him. So
What do you mean by that? When you travel on your own expense, or the company for doing work? Do you travel for fun, for pleasure, leisure, or occupation?
all of that.
All of it.
And sometimes I just blow money on nonsense, weapons, ridiculous fixtures for my home, my apartment, all kinds of things.
In regards to that,
I bought a $1 million piano, and I
Did
don't
you
play
really?
the piano.
You don't play the piano.
No.
But I will say though that is an asset, and if it's the right maker model, I'm not too keen on pianos, but I mean it could be an appreciating asset, and that might be something worth covering when it comes to insurances.
I'm glad you brought that up. I also buy a lot of artwork. A lot of
Artwork,
very
really?
expensive artwork.
Okay.
All around my apartment. So
Again, that's a way of keeping assets and money that's not in actual money form. Those can be very beneficial, especially if you put those in trusts and whatnot. If you say you want to implement a trust for a beneficiary you had in mind, someone special to you, you could put those in a trust, which is really cool. I'm not going to give you a ton of details right now unless you want me to infer on it, but this meeting is basically just kind of getting to know you and what kind of ideas you have in mind and what you expect out of me. So,
yeah, no, I'm glad we met. I feel that you're going to be the one that helps me out
mhm.
with these goals. I met with a lot of people. I didn't trust any of them, but I feel like I can trust you.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah, but I definitely want to keep that bond going. And like I said earlier, the things you and I talk about stays between you and I. There's nothing I can't really talk about outside of this office.
Okay. Is there anybody else involved with your financial planning team, or you pretty much do this on your own?
This is an individual effort. I do have a team of coworkers I go to with questions, but they're not going to be very...
They won't have any access to my information?
No, absolutely not.
Perfect.
No.
Good. Excellent.
I do have an advisor if I need help when it comes to like technical questions. I will go to him about them, but it's nothing I'm not going to like say you're a spy and do X and Y and
Okay.
whatnot. So,
Good deal.
like I said, it's between you and I greatly appreciate your time and thank you for coming in today.
Yes.
You have my number. don't hesitate to call me, email me, whatever time. I know you're a busy person, so don't hesitate.
Okay.
All right,
I
Mr. Archer.
appreciate you. Yes, thank you so much.
Greatly appreciate your time. Thank
Absolutely. You have a good day.
You. Yeah, you too.